Hi, and welcome back for Classroom Setup Day 2, Part 2. This started with my lunchtime, so you can see I'm watching more teacher YouTube while I eat my lunch. Today I had some cucumber slices as like crackers with tuna, as well as some yogurt with berries and granola. And I finished off my coffee and started my big water during lunch as well. I really try to stop drinking coffee and really get into my water if I haven't already during lunchtime when I'm at school. So I'm going to start that habit now. I've got my planner out and my computer and my class lists as well as seating charts. So I'm going to do those while I'm sitting down. We're going to speed through those. These take quite a while. The only classes I'm starting the year with seating charts for is first grade and second grade, as well as middle school, just because I already know there's some groups that are going to do a lot better when they can come in and know exactly where to sit. Do you do seating charts for any of your classes? I'd love to know in a comment down below. While I'm sitting down, I also keep track of and review what supplies I've received and what supplies I'm still looking for. If you watched the video last time, you know I've received just about half of my supplies and quite a few things are back ordered, so it's good to keep track while I'm accepting them, so that way I don't have to keep in mind later when I'm asked from the business office what I've accepted and what I have not quite yet for paying purchase orders and for ordering backups. Now it's time to get our board all set up, so I have this in my TPT store. If you're interested, it'll be linked down below. You are an artist, and each letter stands for a different thing. I've combined a couple different ideas that I saw online together, and similar to a rainbow, I left out yellow and made some of the backgrounds yellow so they would be kind of highlighted, and so that way the white area would pop a little bit more too. And then I've got some magnetic border. I actually switched this out recently, so in some newer videos of my classroom you'll see a different rainbow border here that I received with my supplies. Here I have a rainbow border that I actually got from Dollar Tree a little while ago, and later I moved this over to my project board to kind of split up those areas, so I still reuse this. I really like this magnetic border, and I have magnetic tape on a lot of all my different things that I know I'm already going to put up on my board. It makes it really easy to set up. You saw I was able just to pop them up there and then take them down and store them in the drawer over the summer. So it makes it super easy to set up and take down. I also really enjoy that I can take down each individual letter, and a lot of times I'll do a specific lesson on a group that might need it. So for example, ask to stay on task, so maybe I'll take down that letter and we'll have that be the goal for one of my groups for the day, maybe, is to stay on task as part of being an artist for the day. So that makes it handy as well. With my younger students, they'll kind of build the word each week for the first couple weeks of school to quote-unquote learn how an artist works in their studio. I'm splitting the bottom portion of my board up into 3 sections. The middle section I'm going to use kind of more for instruction, and I have quite a few signs for different tools, like what tools might be good options for the day as we chat on the rug, and I have magnet tape on the back of those as well. So that's what I might use the middle of the board for. And then my school supplies all of the supplies for the students, and ever since we started to do that, I've noticed my pencils really like to walk out of the room with middle schoolers. So here you can see I got a pencil parking pack from, I think this is from Good Stuff, and it just allows me to slide the pencils in, and then before class leaves I just take a peek and see if my pencil parking is full. It is numbered for a elementary classroom or a classroom that uses numbered spots, but I don't use that feature in my classroom, so I allow the students just to take whatever number. It doesn't matter if it goes back in the same number either, and then they can just return it wherever. We just make sure it's full upon their return. Next, I'm going to sort out some of my magnetic supplies. I also have your turn, our turn, my turn. Red, green, and yellow. And we talk about how red means to stop, look, and listen because it's Mrs. Coleman's turn. I use these with my younger students. Yellow, slow down because we're going to work together. And green means go because it's your turn. I also have color groups and principles and elements that we might be working on that I can stick up there to help as a teaching tool. And then what I use mainly to stick up on my board is the tools for the day, because we're always learning what the best tool for the job is. So when we're reviewing projects, I have quite a bit of choice. We might review what the best tools for the job are, and I might stick them on the board to help the kiddos out. And then of course we have Mona Lisa ready to go up on the wall. I use Mona Lisa Ready with a lot of my students. So Mona Lisa is looking at you and you should be looking at me. She has a closed mouth and you should too. I have caution tape. I put that up for beginning of school year bulletin boards. And then I have little caution signs that we saw earlier, like caution students, kids making artwork, students painting. And then I have a little mailbox that I actually put by my door for when students bring me things, they know right where to drop it off. So let's finish setting up my board. The third section of my board is the cleanup section, and this is half for me, half for the kids. So I put up our periods that I have students working in here and what the cleanup time is, and then I have some signs, some other little indicator signs. Some will go on the whiteboard on the way into the room as well for the students to check out while they're standing in line, like this month and next month, some school events and stuff like that, and art club, and I also do drama club as well. So on these little signs I have the period and then what time we clean up. Traditionally we clean up 5 minutes before the bell, but the first period I just have homeroom, so just a few minutes before the bell so the students can pack up their computers and all that good stuff. And then I have little magnetic signs that I also have if I have second grade or preschool, so I will put that next to the cleanup times to help the students and myself remember when we need to clean up. Now our board is ready and pencil parking is full. In the cups on the side of the board that I hung, I have whiteboard cleaner, my colored Expo markers. I have one Amazon Basics marker in there too because they have yellow, so sometimes if I'm doing color groups on the board or I need yellow, I'll use that one. And then that very bottom rainbow cup has my little schedule card, so like whatever number grade, and then I just have them color coded that match the students' drawers as well. In these pockets, I have those tools that we were checking out before. So my tools that the students should be using, or the elements and principles of art, the magnetic ones that I can stick up on the board so that they're easy to use. The last thing on the agenda today is just to finish setting up the student tables. So I'm going to set out the stools. I have 4 stools at each table. Usually I only have 2 kiddos at each table, but it allows them to have a choice of their stool for the day. So I have 2 regular stools and 2 different seating options at each table. And then it also gives me and aides a place to come sit when we join them, or if I send a student to go help be a peer teacher for another student, or if they're asking for help or critiquing with a student, they don't have to move furniture all over the place. Also, sometimes I have much larger groups with inclusion students, or I have large clubs, so it helps to have lots of extra seating when needed. Also, at the beginning of the year, I'll start by having the younger students really condensed to an area so they're easy to get to all of them, and then I'll let them spread all out as well, since my room is quite large. Also, with setting up the room, I'm going to clear off the tables here as well. I'm not quite at this point, I was not quite sure what kind of timing we were going to have for our PD days, so I wanted the room to be ready to go for the first day of school for the students. So I'm going to take care of my box of stuff and finish putting sketchbooks away and set out the students' computers for their seats for homeroom for the first day. That's how they're going to find their seats. Enjoy! Now that's going to make the room pretty much ready for the first day of school. A couple more seats to set out. And then let's check out a quick overview at the end of day 2. I have just a couple of things I need to take care of that I left out since my next 2 days are PD day. Then the only thing I did after this, like I mentioned, was set out the students' computers in their assigned seats. If you liked, I hope you like and subscribe for more. See you next time.